Thank you. I think the worst mistake people contemplating divorce make is to believe somehow that divorce is a normal thing to do. Now, from the numbers alone, one might get the idea that divorce is no different than letting a magazine subscription expire. Every year, 1 million American men and women go through this very sad, very painful, very destructive legal procedure. There is, however, no call to interpret this statistic as an indication of normalcy, and certainly not of desirability. I mean, just because 2 million Americans die every year doesn't mean we shouldn't do everything possible to avoid death. I don't know how many of you may have gotten the idea that divorce is going to solve your problems. I'd bet one thing, though, that if you are divorced, you know darn well divorce has solved very few of your problems, if any. It's probably multiplied them, in fact. During the time of the French Revolution, there was a very wise and very clever philanthropist making a big mark on French culture. His name was La Rochefoucauld, and even today his observations on love and marriage are quoted in many countries. There may be good marriages, he once noted, but there are no pleasant marriages. Now, while this may be overstated, it's something no couple should ever forget. I'll tell you why in 1 minute. When La Rochefoucauld said there were good marriages, but no pleasant marriages, he was making an important point, one which ought to be drummed into the heads of every couple, preferably before they get married. If I read him right, this brilliant Frenchman was saying that every good marriage requires effort, and a lot of effort, and equal effort, and by both husband and wife. When the marriage becomes troubled, people forget or ignore how vital this relationship actually is to their own well-being. Anger takes over, and with it comes selfishness, lack of self-control, and an incredible distortion of grievances. The happy memories are the first to suffer. They're brushed aside, forgotten. And unless corrective steps are taken, the marriage can easily slide like a toboggan toward divorce. There is no such thing as a pleasant marriage in the sense of effortless amusement. Marriage demands total commitment, total involvement, total dedication. And when two people give of themselves in this manner, marriage is the most exciting, most thrilling human experience of all. No, there's nothing normal about divorce. There is an insidious dislocation and emotional shock, a loneliness that jolts the entire personality. There's guilt, too, and a sense of failure and loss of purpose. Divorcees have told me, if I'd only known it would be like this. There are bound to be rough spots in every marriage, and I mean really miserable moments, even in the best of marriages. But then, as the saying goes, consider the alternative.